got some pictures. I'm kind of scared.
Oh boy. So I knew you were coming over, so I'm digging in. I'm scared to show some of these, right? And I'm not going to show all of these. This is like the college book.
Wow.
Yeah, it was always a pretty good kick. There's some scary stuff in here. Oh man. So this is some of us. Remember, that first event, right? So we went to Orlando. Very your first event in the industry. My second event ever in the industry. You made that decision, and there's you and I on stage together right there, man.
Oh yeah.
Right, you and that. I swear that suit was like 2 sizes too big for you, man.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it was my dad's.
Your dad's. It's okay. I think that was like the second suit I ever owned in my life anyway,
I remember we had the gold tie theme or something like that we had going on.
Yeah.
We had like special ties.
Yeah, because I don't remember what position or whatever we were, but we both got you got the top production award for your rank. I got the top production award for my rank, and actually there's you giving your speech at the that company's national.
So I look really mature and old there in that picture.
Yeah, and you remember the owner of that company, he saw something in us, and he took us out in his boat.
Oh,
yeah. And we thought it was like the coolest thing. Like, it was probably the first guy we knew that actually like owned a boat, right? And that's you, man. That is you.
Oh my God. I don't even want to That is not a Coors Light. Yeah. That is a Pepsi can.
Wait a minute. How old are you here, man?
I was 21, I swear.
I won't even show this one, but he was on the boat with us. Okay, should we break this one out? Can you name that picture right there? I'm not going to say the name. You going to say the name? I'm not going to say the name.
I don't know, but that guy gets a 5-star award.
5-star co-founder award out there, and was on the boat with us. Just crazy the experiences. Actually there's Nick and Jake, right, and myself.
Oh, yeah.
So, these are like some of our crew. Remember this one?
Oh wow.
We're all like 18, 19, 20 years old.
Where was the fashion police when
bro, are you wearing white? What is that?
I don't know. Am I in my boxers with my socks hiked up and a shirt that's obviously too big and my Fantastic Sam's haircut?
Oh
awesome.
Man.
Good times.
Yeah. Thank God for the Body by Bite challenge. Yeah.
And that's crazy to think that was just 10 years ago. Yeah. 10 years ago, I guess, is a long time, but it's really not that long of a time. So many things in my life has changed just in this past 10 years, so it's crazy to think.
Yeah, and it's gone by like that.
Like that. It's scary.
Yeah, but to think, that's all that has been accomplished, everything we have been through. Yeah. I don't know about you, I get excited about the next 10.
I think everything's in momentum, and everything that we do is going to be exponentially better, so I'm pretty excited what the next 10 years are going to be like.
I guess the cool thing, this is something for all of you guys to know, the best thing I love, and Rich is the epitome of this, is we met through this industry, you heard the story, we shared that mutual interest of wanting something more, but beyond the business relationship, we developed a close friendship. We've traveled the world together, a lot of times for business, a lot of times just for pleasure, you know what I mean? And it's the relationships, right? The relationships, the experiences, the lifestyle that you get to develop that I don't know of another, career or job or, whatever, that you can develop that. And it's just crazy, man, and most people don't even know it exists out there.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I truly love about it is a lot of our experiences that we've shared over the last 10 years, a lot of our trips, have been kind of, for the most part, kind of spontaneous. It wasn't like, okay, we need to coordinate. Yeah. When is your 2 weeks vacation? When is my 2 weeks vacation?
Yeah, let me see if I can get the time off. Right?
Yeah, well, let's make sure that this fits within our budget. It was like, this is where we want to go. This is where we decide to go. Okay, let's go.
Let's do it.
So I'm, that's absolutely right, and I think that's one thing that unfortunately a lot of people don't get to experience outside of this industry is that flexibility, that freedom to do what you want to, when you want to, with who you want to.
Yeah. So. It's all the side benefits. Everybody always talks about, it's lucrative. You make a lot of money. You're doing that, right? The health benefits are so obvious with our challenge, right? Whatever, 3 million pounds we're at. Well, our office fills with before and afters, but to me, it's all the other stuff, the relationships, the education you and I have gotten, lucky, right, at young ages that 18, 19, we fell into, entrepreneurship, the right mentors, the right books, the right audios, and we were just too naive to ignore it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And just all that other stuff that most people don't even know exists within this realm.
All the relationships that you develop within the company that affect, some other aspect of your life. It's just absolutely priceless.
You have monetized that better than anybody I know, man. You bounce around the country we got a friend in every city.
I do
anywhere fun at least. Yeah, anywhere fun. Rich Paula has a friend.
Got a couch to crash on everywhere in the country. Soon the world.
And that was definitely pretty awesome to spend time with Rich. I mean, obviously I spend time with Rich all the time, but to kind of go back where we came from, the roots, you know, kind of like I was saying, you don't get to stop the pace we're running too often and get a chance to kind of reflect a little bit. But Rich is one of a kind, that's for sure. You're looking at the picture of him and I 10 years ago, you know, who would have known through, you know, an instant message would have got one of my not only best top producers and builders in the company, but one of my closest friends. And one of the individuals that was the catalyst, I mean, really, people don't know the credit he deserves, was the catalyst to helping build the foundation of Visalis, the catalyst introducing us to our, you know, third co-founder, Ryan Blair. You know, and he's interesting. I mean, you meet the guy for 30 seconds, right? You immediately fall in love with him. Nobody I've ever met, and I've met, tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of people in my 11 years in this industry, and I've never met someone that has such an uncanny ability just to, you know, create love instantly, right? You love the guy. You just want to be around the guy. You know, I've never seen him complain. I've never seen him make an excuse, and I've watched him 10 years of relationship. I've watched him go through ups, but I've watched him go through downs, right? I've watched him, you know, grow as a person, as all of us, and, you know, I've never heard a negative thing ever come out of that guy's mouth. And it's interesting. There's a lesson that can be learned there from Richard Paula, you know, when it comes to just overall attitude. If there was ever a guy that's mastered attitude, and just because of his attitude has turned that into success, and even greater than himself, turned that into impacting other people, that's what Rich is really about. But he's a guy you can trust, you know, and he's someone I trust, you know, both in business and, you know, and in life. We were talking about our experiences. I remember distinctly Costa Rica, and for those of you guys that have ever been to Costa Rica, we had a blast. You know, Hako did the jungle tours and, you know, all of that stuff, the whitewater rafting. But one of the things we did is we went to the volcano. I think it's Arenal, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. Went to the hot springs. Amazing sitting in the hot springs. But to get there, we had to drive quite a few hours, and it was the worst fog. I don't even know if this classifies as fog. Like, it was so thick, I promise you, no exaggeration, you could not see 2 feet ahead of you, which would be fine if you're driving here in the US, just drive slow, put on the lights, mind, you know, the blinkers. We're in Costa Rica, okay? Third world country. Number one, they don't have the little blinkers on the road. They don't have lights. We're going up a volcano mountain. Oh, and by the way, on the way up, when we could see, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, there'd be chunks of the road missing with the one little sign that said Despacio, right? And then all of a sudden, boom, there'd be no more road and cliff. Only in Costa Rica have I ever seen this. So here's us driving, and I'm just like, I'm not taking this responsibility. I'm not driving. We got a car full of people. Rich, here are the keys, man. And I trusted him. That's it. I mean, I trusted him. He took the keys. I mean, he white-knuckled the thing the entire way through the fog, inching. And we were just thinking, I promise you, the people in the back seat were just sitting there going, oh my gosh, we're going to die. Like, they were nervous. We had to turn up the radio to cut the tension in the car. And because everybody just remembered, when's the road all of a sudden going to fall out from underneath us. But, you know, he navigated, literally navigate all the way down. We had the time of our life, and I don't think I've ever been that scared, thinking I was in like a Twilight Zone episode than that. But this is, you know, story. I have so many of those with Rich. He's a guy I trust. But more importantly, you know, he's a guy that really, truly cares. And if there's a lesson to learn from him, you know, his perspective on life and his attitude is golden. And I think that's the key that's contributed to his success. So, you know, you never know, that one relationship, you may be, right, one phone call away, right, one challenge party away, you know, one conversation away, one instant message away from finding one person that not only makes a difference in your financial future, but, you know, one of your best friends. And that's Rich Paula to me.